Welcome back to Kuro Intel, the channel where anime hype lives forever. This year has been stacked with jaw-dropping battles, fights that left us speechless, and moments that will be remembered for years to come. Whether it's pure raw power or emotional clashes with history behind them, 2025 has delivered everything. Today, we're breaking down the top 10 epic anime fights of 2025. Buckle up, because every entry here has the power to make you rewatch it at least 10 times. Number 10. Community favorites various series. We kick things off with the fights you, the fans, made legendary. It didn't matter if they came from a top-tier blockbuster like Bleach, Thousand-Year Blood War, or a smaller hidden gem, these fights lit up the internet. Take Bleach's latest Soul Reaper showdown. The choreography was tight, the stakes were life or death, and the clash of swords felt like a storm you could hear in your bones. Or in Blue Lock, where instead of blades, it's players fighting with speed, precision, and unshakable willpower to dominate the field. Moments so intense, they were edited into highlight reels like pro sports matches. Even smaller shows surprised us, with boss fights that came out of nowhere, shocking the audience and sending clips viral overnight. It's proof that in anime, sometimes the biggest hype doesn't come from budget or scale. It comes from the fans who refuse to let a great moment go unnoticed. Number 9. Upcoming 2025 hype fights. Before we get too deep into what we've already seen, let's talk about the fights we know are coming and already have the internet shaking. The Chainsaw Man ReZark movie is front and center. Manga readers know it's going to be fast, blood-packed with tension, while anime-only fans are bracing themselves for the chaos they've only heard rumors about. Then we have Black Clover teasing massive wizard duels that promise to outdo even its best arcs so far, and whispers about Jujutsu Kaisen heading toward an all-out power clash in its next season. Even with just teaser trailers and key visuals, fans are dissecting each frame, slowing them down, catching glimpses of moves, and predicting how long each fight will last. It's rare to have hype so strong that it feels like these fights have already happened, but that's the level of anticipation we're seeing in 2025. Number 8. Winter and Spring 2025 highlights. The early seasons of the year gave us fights that may have been short, but left huge impressions. In Frieren Beyond Journey's End, battles weren't about pure destruction, they were about precision, skill, and emotion. Watching Frieren face an opponent felt like seeing a master craftsman at work, every spell placed with meaning. Kaiju number 8 went in the opposite direction. City-shaking monster brawls with explosions so massive they lit up the night sky. Every punch against a kaiju carried the sound of collapsing skyscrapers, and the animators made sure you felt that weight. And One Piece hit us right in the heart with the Kuma flashback. The fight itself wasn't the longest, but the way it tied into Kuma's past made every blow hit harder. These moments proved that even without a 10-minute fight sequence, you can leave the audience replaying it over and over. Number 7. Mobile Suit Gundam Gru Gru Gus. Mecha fans, this was your year. Gundam Gru Gru Gux gave us some of the cleanest space battles in recent anime history. Picture it, a black void dotted with stars and then light, missiles streaking across the battlefield, beam sabers flashing as mobile suits twist and dodge with impossible agility. What made it epic wasn't just the spectacle, but the tension. Every maneuver was calculated, every shot could be the one that changes the tide. You could almost feel the pilot's heartbeat through the cockpit view, and when the close quarters duels began, with metal clashing and sparks flying, it felt like you were inside the fight, bracing for the next strike. Number 6. Chainsaw Man the movie, ReZark. This one's not even released yet, but it's already legendary in the making. The ReZark is a fan favorite for a reason. It mixes romance, betrayal, and brutal, chaotic fights in a way only Chainsaw Man can pull off. We're expecting scenes where the environment itself becomes a weapon. Battles in tight alleyways, fights spilling into crowded streets, explosions lighting up the night. MAPPA has a reputation for pushing its animators to deliver insane fluidity and detail, and if they go all in here, these sequences could easily rival the best fights we've ever seen on screen. The anticipation is so real that even fan-made animations are racking up millions of views. Imagine what the official release. Number 5. Sakamoto Days EP 14, Heisuke vs. Apart. A fight that shows you don't need constant explosions to keep viewers on edge. High atop Tokyo Tower, two snipers play a deadly game of patience and precision. Every shot is a test of calculation, distance, wind, timing, and reading your opponent's next move. Between shots, the silence is deafening, broken only by the sound of a rifle reloading or the faint click of a scope adjustment. It's the kind of fight where the tension builds and builds until a single perfect shot decides everything. No wasted movement, no cheap tricks, just two masters of their craft in a battle of skill and nerve. Number 4. Gachi Akuda. When Gachi Akuda made its debut, it came out swinging, literally. The first major fight dropped us into a gritty, dangerous world where every move felt like a matter of survival. The main fighter's style combined parkour agility with bone-crunching close-range strikes, leaping between walls, flipping over opponents, and landing devastating blows. What made it even better was the environment: narrow streets, broken buildings, and unstable platforms that forced both fighters to adapt mid-battle. Bones Film's dark, detailed art style made every frame feel heavy, like you could almost feel the dust and grit in the air. It wasn't just a fight scene, it was a full sensory experience. Number 3. Dragon Ball Daima EP 18-19, Vegeta vs. Goku. A rivalry older than some anime fans came back in full force. When Goku and Vegeta went Super Saiyan 4, it wasn't just about the transformation, it was the way the entire battlefield seemed to react. Shockwaves tore through the ground, the sky lit up with energy blasts, and every punch carried the weight of their history together. There were callbacks to iconic moves from decades ago, mixed with brand new combos that kept even veteran fans guessing. And in true Dragon Ball fashion, the final moments of the fight left us grinning, not just from the action, but from seeing these two warriors push each other past their limits once again. Number 2. Fire Force S3 EP6, Shinra vs. Burns. This wasn't just a fight, it was a reckoning. Shinra and Burns had history, and every move told part of that story. Burns' towering presence and overwhelming power were matched only by Shinra's speed and precision. The choreography blended realistic martial arts with supernatural fire abilities, making each exchange feel both grounded and fantastical. Sparks and embers flew with every strike, lighting up the scene in bursts of orange and gold. And when the fight finally ended, it felt like the conclusion to a chapter we'd been waiting years to see close. Number 1. Solo Leveling, Jinwoo vs. Ant King. This was the moment that had the entire anime community losing its mind. When Jinwoo stepped onto the battlefield, there was no hesitation, just pure confidence. The Ant King was huge, terrifying, and deadly fast, but Jinwoo moved like a shadow, dodging attacks with ease and striking with devastating force. The animation was flawless, blades cutting through the air, the ground cracking under the force of each impact, and slow-motion shots capturing the exact moment Jinwoo landed his most powerful blows. By the time the fight ended, it wasn't just a victory, it was a declaration Jinwoo had arrived as one of the most unstoppable protagonists in anime.